That'll be all for now.
All right, Representative Carter.
Dr. Canner, first I'd like to thank you because every time I call you, you call me back. I like that.
Thank you, sir.
State agency. Some state agencies don't treat me as good as you do, but you treat me good. Let me ask you this: we've gone through the 2-shot regime with the Pfizer and the Moderna, and we got the 1-shot regime with Johnson and Johnson. Now we've started the booster program, which I called you about, and you told me that if you were immunocompromised, you would surely recommend the booster. Do you think that there is going to be more or less reporting from people who are taking the booster than the regular, or do y'all have any statistics on that?
Yeah, we haven't really gotten any statistics on that. The reports so far have been that the mild side effects, which are the most common experience after the shot, sore arm, low-grade fever, mild malaise for a day or two, seem to be pretty equivalent to people getting the booster as it was to their initial series. That was my personal experience when I got the booster.
I never felt anything. I never had any side effects. But let me ask you this. When I went for the booster, is there a difference in, I had both Pfizers the first time because they were the first ones out. And then for the booster, I took the same Pfizer. I see something from Time Health and some others that are saying that it's okay to mix and match. Have y'all found anything in the statistics to say you should stay with the one, or you can mix and match them on your boosters?
The data is not really conclusive. There's some data to suggest that if you got Johnson & Johnson initially, you might get a larger antibody response with one of the two mRNA, the Pfizer or the Moderna shots as a booster. It's preliminary data. I don't think it's conclusive. It was presented up through the NIH a couple weeks ago. For Pfizer or Moderna, I think the data is a little bit weaker. But at a minimum, it's safe right now to mix and match if someone would choose to. I don't think I would particularly recommend one way or the other right now.
All right. And from your looking at the statistics and the things that are going, do you think that this is going to take a yearly booster or a 2-year booster, or what? After I've had the booster, when's the next time I'm going to need to go back?
I really don't know.
Nobody knows that yet?
No. Yeah.
And that will come out of what y'all are working on right now. That will be the end result of telling us when we'll need a booster?
Right. So really, when you're looking at answering those sorts of questions, you need a much larger sample size. So typically, it's information that's collected at the national level, to which Louisiana contributes, that's really going to identify what the best practices are going to be. So it's not something that we're going to be able probably to identify from Louisiana-specific data, but we do contribute to the national data and looking at that as a whole, because you have so much more information is really going to, I think, help drive some of those decisions.
And I know
as
we're
well
not
as
supposed to
research.
talk about money, and Mr. Chairman, I'm not going to talk about money. But I was in Win-Dixie and they meet two weeks ago, and they were offered $20 for if you took the COVID shot and $10 for the flu vaccine, and everybody there was getting both. They was getting $30. It wasn't any of them turning either one of them down. They was taking all the
great.
money.
You
But
just remember we're talking about reporting, not paying. And if you have questions-
Win-Dixie
and I will
was
say,
actually
I
paying
will
them.
take this time to tell you, Representative and Representative Cruz, also, if you have questions that aren't on this call, they're here. They'll answer your questions.
Oh, Dr. Kenner, every time I call him, he calls me back. I like
I've
Dr.
never
Kenner.
asked any of them a question I didn't answer. So,
All right.
just to clear that up, thank you.
I'm through though.
Representative Eccles again.